Whether you're looking for a simple budget for your personal finances or just a quick, flexible budget that you can use for travel, parties, or other small events, I've got just what you're looking for. Starting from scratch, I'll show you step by step how to build this exact budget spreadsheet. And here's how it works. You enter the total budget at the top, list your categories below, and set the budget amount for each. The left to plan number makes it easy to see how much you've planned compared to the total that you've listed on the top. And also, if you need space for more than 10 categories, you can just expand the table below to add as many spaces as you need. Then, once your plan is in place, you just log your spending transactions on the right, and the remaining and spent columns calculate automatically. Now, if you don't have time to build it, then I left a link in the description where you can purchase the spreadsheet instead. Otherwise, let's get to it. The first thing we'll do is modify the worksheet structure so your layout is exactly the same as mine. Click here to select all cells, right-click on the column headers, select column width, set the size to 20, and click OK. Then right-click on the row headers, row height, set the size to 20, click OK. Increase the font size to 12, set the vertical alignment to middle, and the horizontal alignment to left. Also, I like to use Calibri as the font. Next, right-click on column A, column width, set the size to 5, and click OK. Right-click on column B, column width, set the size to 25, click OK. Right-click on column F, column width, set the size to 5, and click OK. Right-click on column H, column width, set the size to 25, and click OK. Right-click on column I, column width, set the size to 40, and click OK. Right-click on column J, column width, set the size to 15, and click OK. Next, right-click on row 3, row height, set the size to 10, and click OK. Alright, now let's add some labels and sample data. Starting in cell B2, enter total budget. And I also like to add an arrow like this using Alt 26. Then in cell C2, type in 1000 for now. In B4, type in left to plan and another arrow with Alt 26. Then in cell B6, type in category, then budget, remaining, and spent. And in cell G6, type in date, category, notes, and amount. Then below category and budget in columns B and C, enter the following sample data. This is going to help us validate that the formulas are working correctly later on, and then you can get rid of the sample data once we've added those. And once you have the sample data, add this sample data under these 4 columns as well. Awesome. Now let's create our 2 tables. Start by selecting B6 through E16 and go to Insert, Table. Make sure My Table Has Headers is checked and click OK. After that, select G6 through J20 and go to Insert, Table. Make sure this is checked and click OK. Nice. Now let's give our tables some meaningful names. Select any cell in the first table and go to Table Design, and where it says Table Name, change the name to Budget. Then select a cell in the other table, and under Table Name, type in Spend. With that, let's add in the formulas. In the Budget table, select the first cell under Remaining and enter the following formula. Equals, select the budget number, and you'll see a reference that looks like this. This is called a structured reference, and it means the cell in the same row under the budget column. then add a minus, and select the first cell under spent, and again you get a structured reference like this. Excel uses these structured references whenever you work with tables like we are doing now. And finally, press Enter, and Excel will automatically copy the formula down to every cell in the column, and that's because we're working with a table. Now, for the spent column, select the first cell under spent and enter this formula. Equals SUMIF function, select the category column in the spend table. Next argument, select the category in the same row of the budget table. Next argument, select the amount column in the spend table. Then close parentheses and press Enter. And the formula copies down automatically. Okay, only one more formula to go. Select cell C4 and enter the following. Equals C2 minus sum function. Select the budget column, close parentheses, and press Enter. And that does it for all the formulas. So next, we'll focus on formatting the rest of the spreadsheet so it looks nice and professional. Let's start by turning off the grid lines. Go to View and uncheck grid lines. Next, click here to select all cells. Go to Home, click the Fill Color button and select the light gray option here. Then select the budget table and set the fill color to No Fill. Select the Spend table and set the fill color to No Fill. Then select B2 and bold the font. Select C2, bold the font, set the fill color to No Fill, click the arrow next to the Borders button, and select More Borders. Set the color to this dark gray here, click Outline, and click OK. Then select B4 through C4, bold the font, and change the font color to blue. Next, select columns C through E, set the horizontal alignment to right, and click this to apply an accounting format style. Select column J, set the horizontal alignment to right, and apply the accounting style again. Then select column G, and for the number format, select More Number Formats, and for the category, select Custom, then enter MMM space DD, comma, space YYYY, and click OK. Okay, looks pretty good. Now let's customize the tables a little more. Select a cell in the budget table and go to Table Design. Uncheck Filter button, then in Table Styles, click the down arrow and select New Table Style. Give the style a name, then select the whole table element and click Format. Under Border, change the color to gray, then click None, then Outline. Change the color to light gray, then click Inside and click OK. Select the header row element next, click Format, and under Border, change the color to gray. Then click None, and then Outline. Move to the Font tab, bold the font. Move to the Fill tab, select a light blue or green, and click OK, then finally OK. Then back in Table Styles, click the down arrow again, and under Custom, select your style. Then select a cell in the Spend table, uncheck Filter button, and back in Table Styles, click the down arrow and select your custom style. Then if you want, select the headers in the Spend table, and go to Home, and change the fill color to red. Click on Fill Color again, select More Colors, click on Custom, and use this slider to make the red much lighter, and click OK. Alright, looks pretty good. Just a few more finishing touches. In the Budget table, select the Spent column, and change the font color to dark red. Then select the remaining column and change the font color to blue. Another thing that I like to do is add conditional formatting that will automatically color any negative remaining numbers to red. To add this, select the remaining column and go to Conditional Formatting, New Rule. Select Format only cells that contain cell value less than 0. Then click Format, move to the Font tab, and set the color to dark red. Then click OK and OK. Okie dokie. Only one more thing to add now, the drop-down menus in the spend table. First, we need to add a range name for the categories. Select the category column in the budget table, and click here in this box, which is called the name box. Enter the value category list with no spaces because range names cannot have spaces. This is important. And then press enter. Now, when you click this down arrow, you should see the range name listed here along with the table names. And once you have it, select the category column in the spend table, go to Data, Data Validation, and under Allow, select List, and for the source, enter equals category list, which is our range name, then click OK. You should now have drop-down menus in the category column. Awesome! Now, of course, seeing the remaining and spent amounts listed here is helpful, but what if you'd also like a nifty chart to help you visualize these numbers as well? Well, if that's the case, then watch this video next where I show you exactly how to add these charts to this build.